a Fox News contributor, and Matt Schlapp, former White House political director for President George W. Bush and a chairman of the American Conservative Union. Matt, it took her days to respond, and that was on the heels of criticism from her own party for not coming out quickly and responding to this.
Yeah, I am so tired of hearing from Hillary Clinton. She's making me miss Barack Obama. She has no credibility on this whole set of issues. I know she thinks that she's a voice for women, but she'll never be that credible voice for the women I know and the women I live with, because she was the person who went after Bill Clinton's against her own husband. And what I would advise her to do is really look inside and say, if we all bear some culpability when we see this disgusting behavior, she also bears that. And let's make peace with all of these terrible tragedies we've dealt with, including the tragedies perpetrated by her own husband.
You heard Hillary Clinton, Doug, shown that was barely acknowledging this man as a friend. If you look back to just 2015, the Clintons rented a home next to Weinstein in the Hamptons. To say she doesn't know who to give the money back to, though, in that interview last night. I donate 10% of my charity money to charity every year. My income, she said. Well, this is campaign donations.
Yeah, look, I must tell you, I don't disagree with the substance of what Matt said, though I have a good and relationship with Bill Clinton. I worked for him, didn't work for Hillary, and have had, as I've articulated on this and other programs, many problems with her. But I think the real issue is to move beyond this, figure out how much and how extensive the sexual abuse of women was, to commit ourselves to eradicating it in the workforce in Hollywood. And look, let's stop beating up on Hillary Clinton. She has plenty of culpability, I agree, but I think this is a much bigger problem than holding her accountable for what happened in the past or for what she didn't do for 5 days.
I don't know if beating up on Hillary is fair, Matt. I mean, when you look at her former running mate, Senator Tim Kaine, was asked why she hasn't responded to this yet. You know, in the days that followed the announcement of this scandal, he said any leader should condemn Weinstein. He was even calling on her to speak up.
Look, I think it is, I'll give her the grace. When you learn something about a friend who did just the most horrendous things over and over again and was a serial abuser, it probably is shocking. You try to find your footing, but she lives with a man who did this as well and put the nation through hell. She lacks credibility. She's a woman at the end of her political career, I hope. What she ought to do is make peace with the women she attacked who made the accusations against her husband. If we're supposed to believe women, let's believe them, and let's make sure, I agree with Doug, let's root this out. Yeah. But let's make peace with what's happened in the past in our country, too.
And to be fair to both of your points, there can be a bit of shock if you learn something about a close friend like this. Yeah. She said this was a different side of a person who I and many others had known in the past. She used the words sick, shocked, and appalled by these allegations. I want to move on to the NFL.
Sure.
Donald Trump addressed the NFL in an interview with Sean Hannity on Fox News last night, basically saying they should have just suspended Colin Kaepernick, and we will be with this where we are today. Watch.
I watched Colin Kaepernick, and I thought it was terrible. And then it got bigger and bigger and started mushrooming. And frankly, the NFL should have suspended him for one game, and he would have never done it again. They could have then suspended him for 2 games, and they could have suspended him if he did it a 3rd time for the season, and you would never have had a problem. But I will tell you, you cannot disrespect our country, our flag, our anthem. You cannot do that.
What do you think, Matt? He said we would have never had this problem had the NFL acted quicker over a year ago with Colin Kaepernick.
I think he's exactly right. Look, the players for the NFL might be sure-footed on the field, but the NFL as a management structure has been a disaster when it comes to the challenges they have faced. It is a no-brainer to stand for the flag, to stand for the anthem, and it is a no-brainer to follow your own internal codes to make sure that the players are respecting that flag. Donald Trump he sees it. He was right to chastise them. This is a touchdown for Trump all the way.
All right, Doug, last word to you.
Yeah, look, it's not against NFL rules to take a knee during the national anthem. I think the real issue is bringing players together with owners and the league to deal with social issues. Look, I'm a patriot. I stand for the flag. It gives me great pride, and it should give all of us. But let's stop blasting people. Let's come together to deal with common problems. We'd be better as a society, better as a people.
I'm not blasting you, Doug Schoen. I'm grateful
You never
for
do,
coming on
Sandra.
with us.
You
Matt
never do.
Schlapp, wonderful to see both of you.
Thank you.
Thanks.